Ahle Aqal presents Surah 53, An-Najm. In this series, we present the interpretation and explanation of Surah An-Najm through the lens of human psychology. The Quran is not a physical book, it is a book of psychology, a discourse directed towards the inner self, the nafs. So we will read Surah An-Najm through this lens. This series will unfold in parts. The purpose is to give the Quran the value it truly deserves. Let us begin with the first part. In the context of the Quran, nudge is a spark of an idea, a spark that emerges in the mind and shines like a guiding star in the darkness of our consciousness. The word nudge is commonly understood as a star, but within the theme of the Quran, it carries meanings far deeper than a physical object. No word can be understood outside its context, and no meaning can stand apart from the theme of the message. The theme of the Quran is the nafs, so every term must relate to human psychology. The word najm comes from the root non-jim mim. Its core meaning is not static. It is to appear, to emerge gradually, to become visible after being hidden, to rise in stages. So Najm is not just a star, it is something that comes into visibility from concealment. From the same root come meanings of gradual unfolding, something that rises step by step, ideas that emerge, events that take form over time. In the Quranic context, Najm becomes a guiding light, a revelation in stages, an inner illumination within consciousness, a point of light emerging from the unseen into awareness, guiding, revealing. In inner understanding, Najm is the appearance of truth within the self, not constant like the sun, but appearing in moments, like insight. It represents guidance in fragments, not totality. In this way, Najm is the emergence of awareness, small lights of truth within the darkness of the self, guiding the inner journey, step by step, moment by moment. There is a contrast. Shams, the sun, is constant and overwhelming. Nudge, the star, is subtle and emerging. This shows that knowing is gradual, a process of unfolding. So nudge is not a physical star, it is an inner light of guidance, a spark within the self, a moment where hidden knowledge becomes visible, subtle, sudden, transformative. From this perspective, the surah points to an inner journey, a movement of consciousness. Here, what is called Muhammad is the inner faculty of sound judgment and awareness, guiding towards understanding the inner script. The companions are not external either, they are inner qualities. Foresightedness is Abu Bakr, a life of prosperity and intellect is Umar. The power of reconciliation and healing is Usman. Experience, knowledge, and the inner light of awareness is Ali. These are understood metaphorically. They are living aspects within the self. They support and strengthen common sense. Yet the human being often ignores this inner guidance and looks outward, losing connection with what already exists within. Common sense is often dismissed as simple, but in truth it is profound. It is the ability to see without distortion, to perceive reality as it is. When the inner mirror is clouded, truth becomes hidden. When it is clear, understanding becomes luminous, and action becomes aligned. Common sense does not shout, it whispers. It does not argue, it reminds. The tragedy is not lack of knowledge, it is the neglect of inner awareness, the search for truth outside, while ignoring what already exists within. To return to common sense is to return to oneself, to trust clarity when noise settles. Najm represents this journey, not a sudden explosion of truth, but a sky slowly filling with light. Imagine complete darkness. You do not see the sun, but you see stars. Each one gives just enough direction to move forward. That is Najm, guidance in portions. In essence, Najm is the subtle light of guidance, small, precise illuminations, leading the self towards ultimate reality. Let us continue.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Wan-Najmi idha hawa. By the spark of an idea, when it craves in. When an idea dawns or falls upon you, it is not merely a thought arriving, but a moment in which your inner awareness opens to something that was always present, yet unseen. مَا ضَلَّ صَاحِبُكُمْ وَمَا غَوَى. You are not strayed nor deviated. This is addressed to everyone. You yourself are your owner, your companion, and your boss. So do not doubt your spark. وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى. Nor does it, the spark of an idea, speak from its own inclination. إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَى. It is not but an inspiration that continuously inspires. عَلَّمَهُ شَدِيدُ الْقُوَى. It is taught by one mighty in power. Ideas are not simply coming into the mind, they are emerging through it, shaped by inclination, inspired by experience, processed by the inner mind, and revealed in moments of awareness. This is what is called, taught by the immense power. ذُو مِرَّةٍ فَاسْتَوَى. One that possesses the power to flow gradually. وَهُوَ بِالْأُفُقِ الْأَعْلَى. While it is with the horizon, the highest view. When we hear the word horizon, we think of the line where the sky meets the earth. But within the inner self, the horizon is not physical. It is the limit of perception. Your inner horizon is the edge of what you can currently understand, feel, or become aware of. At any moment, your thoughts, beliefs, and experiences form an inner world. It feels complete, it feels real. But like the physical horizon, this boundary is not fixed. It only appears as a limit. Beyond it lies more understanding, more awareness, more possibilities you have not yet encountered. ثُمَّ دَنَا فَتَدَلَّى. Moreover, it drew near and pulled. The spark of an idea pulled and carried the idea while it was in the highest view and within reach.
When an idea draws near, it does not arrive as a fully formed possession of the mind. It appears first at the edge of awareness, like a distant star or a faint light on the horizon. Yet even from that distance, it begins to pull us. There is something in it that resonates, something that draws our attention forward. This attraction is the spark of the idea. As we turn towards it, we begin to carry it within us, not as something fully understood, but as something alive and unfolding. It remains in a higher view, not yet reduced into clear language or logic. It stays subtle, elevated, almost beyond full comprehension, and yet it is within reach. This is the paradox of insight. The idea is close enough to influence us, to guide our thinking and reshape our perception, yet distant enough to invite exploration. We live with it, move with it, and gradually grow into it. In this process, the mind is not merely holding the idea, it is being shaped by it. Philosophically, this suggests that ideas are not static objects we control. They are dynamic forces we enter into relationship with. When an idea pulls you, it is not just you thinking. It is the possibility of deeper understanding drawing you towards a new horizon of awareness. If you have found value in this work and would like to see more, you can support the channel through the link in the bio. Your support helps us continue this research and take this work forward. This work is presented by Ahle Aqal. For more, visit www.ahleaqal.com. You can also find us on YouTube and TikTok. Search for Ahle Aqal. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Here we conclude part 1. We will return soon with part 2. Until then, goodbye.